question for you, because I know you're in Hawaii already over the weekend. Did you get a chance to see the Jake Paul fight at all?
I did not, but I did see a couple clips, and it looked like, was it Tyrone Woodley? Is that his name?
Yeah.
It looked like he was beating the shit out of him, and I was surprised that he lost.
Yeah, so I think that, I don't know which media outlets. I didn't watch the fight either, but I saw a lot of the highlights sponsored by Showtime. But I think that Jake Paul did win, but there were a couple of times that Tyrone did catch him. And I think the criticism of him was he caught him and then took a step back. And as opposed to when you catch someone, even the UFC, you go after them and attack them even more to really fuck them up. So people were criticizing him yo, did you fucking not were you confused? Are you meant to lose? You didn't fucking go all in? But there were a lot of moments that Jake did catch him pretty bad as well. So I think Jake did edge it, but it went the full rounds. It wasn't a knockout like last time, which was, I guess better for fans. But it's just, honestly, the most entertaining part for me was the build up to the fight, because I feel like this was the first time that Paul was stuck on how to react to some of the criticism, specifically about the culture vulturing. There was one comment where, I think I said it to you, where he was yo, why the fuck are you wearing all these bust down chains? Why do you look like this? And that was the first time I ever heard Jake Paul so I guess that's the one thing. They can criticize him for not being a boxer, and he'd be yo, I make more money than you. I'm this big. But I feel when they come for just his overall charisma or swag, it's I don't really think he has a response for it, which is kind of in a tough if you're around that all the time, are you not a part of the culture? It's, I don't know. Right. I feel like he's in this, and I think he knows. I'm in a very awkward. I think even Mayweather tried to use that against him and his brother. You're stealing from our culture. What the fuck, And it's that's a tough spot for them, bro. Because I feel once you get race into it, when it really doesn't have to be about race, but you kind of want to.
Yeah, then you gotta watch yourself.
Yeah, and it's bro, come on, man. I'm just trying to fucking fuck you up in a ring and look good. Why does it have to be all about this and shit?
I thought it was hilarious too, but at the same time, part of me was well, is it really that difficult to answer? What if he just said, I wear this because I like it, or is wearing these chains only a black thing? Is this all black people do? I mean, there's no way he could have said that shit and not been slapped, but. In my mind, I was thinking that I understand the angle he's coming from, but at the same time, I always want to be careful when black people try to kind of take ownership of things that aren't necessarily of value, or that meaningful to begin with. Let's say Jake Paul had cornrows. Is this really something that we're gonna argue about? Unless he's, being a caricature and making black people. Mocking them and wearing blackface and shit. At a certain point, I feel there's not much substance in the argument if we're just saying, oh, he has a few tattoos.
Oh no, dude, I honestly think there was no substance at all. And at the end of the day, even if that is a black thing, he's clearly not wearing them to troll anyone. So he's clearly wearing them because he thinks he looks better doing it. So if anything, it's a compliment. So but I just think it's such especially now, bro, where this guy is getting bigger and bigger. Maybe back in the day, he would make a comment and not give a fuck. I think because he sees all this money coming at him, even quicker than before, he's bro, I can't really. Let me just not say anything right now, which kind of sucks. You kind of it was cool for him to be that fuck you to everyone person in the past, but I think that's kind of why he stuttered pretty badly. He's let me just not say anything that's gonna really fuck me up.
Yeah, for sure. I wonder what his net worth is. I mean, we could look it up, but I feel that shit's never accurate.
It's up there, dude. Cause
you think over 200 mil?
Yeah, I mean, at least I would say I would go with 250.
Yeah, I feel like that sounds reasonable.
I mean,
celebrity net says 20, but that's too low in my opinion.
Oh, really? Then I'm fucking way off though.
20 million. I feel like that seems.
Because I just feel like these guys, when they show the numbers they do from YouTube prior to this shit, I feel like they were making that almost in a year. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I'm saying. But then again, these sites, like, it's not like they fucking call up their accountant and get.
Yeah, it's not Forbes.
Proprietary information.
Yeah. I'm one, but yeah, he's making bags. So is his brother. I mean, again, I feel like they're bringing more attention to it to fight. So I feel like anyone who fights them on the undercard only benefits because like they're just making so much money. Everyone involved.
Right.
But yeah, I think the build up to these fights seem to be more entertaining than the fight itself. Because yeah, I don't know, like it wasn't like the idea of the fight wasn't so enamoring that I'm like gonna stop whatever I had planned in New York to go watch this shit. I was like, if I watch it on the highlights, I don't care.
Sure. Yeah, same. Past 2 fights, wasn't really impressed with, especially because none of these dudes are like that he's fighting are pro boxers. So
Right.
it kind of almost just seems like watching some random street fight of 2 dudes who like look buff just beat each other up and see who wins.
Right. Exactly. I totally agree, dude. Like, I know, I get the idea. He's like, oh, I'm not a professional boxer, so why the fuck would I fight one? But I'm like, yo, you are like trying to perfect your craft in that thing. Like, why not go fight someone who that's all they do? Like, you're fighting guys who, yes, they fight for a living, but like, clearly UFC and boxing are 2 different things. So,
right.
Yeah, I wonder if he will. Fighting a boxer. But again, dude, if he keeps making all this money, like he'd be like, yo, why would I change this? Like this shit's clearly working. So
for sure. But yeah, I think we'll see more rappers and celebrities and stuff start doing this. I think even Blueface and Tekashi 6ix9ine were considering doing something. So yeah.
I think Blueface actually has a couple wins under his belt recently. I know Aaron Carter got knocked the fuck out by Lamar Odom. Like, I don't know. Like, what the fuck is he?
That shit was random as hell.
Yo, so I mean, first of all, you're like 7 foot and he's like a 5'10". Who sanctioned this? Like, why is this okay?
I knew for a fact, I didn't even watch it, but I knew for a fact Lamar was gonna fucking destroy him.
Yeah, dude, like, why would this be okay anywhere? So that was awesome.